And DeterCam is an AI-powered deterrence that detects, decides, and stops wildlife threats before they become costly incidents. I actually live in El Campo. I live in a forest, and this really resonates with me. We are delighted to be joined now by their CEO and founder. Please give it up from DeterCam to Anwar Almojarkesh. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Anwar, founder of CEO of DeterCam. Millions of animals being killed, unfortunately, every year due to train and vehicle collision, and which will cause huge economic damage and economic loss as well. In the UK alone, more than 3,000 minutes delay only by hitting an animal, which causing huge cost for fixing the damage happening to the train. And it's not convenient to build a fence for 1 mile because it's costing £1 million. So we proposed DeterCam. So DeterCam is the first of its kind camera that's able to recognize any species of animal and play more than 20,000 alarm sounds to avoid habitation, detect any animal species, and also we offer 0.3 seconds to scare the animal. As you know, whenever you see a deer, you start honking, they will freeze. But in our case, we guarantee this animal will be running away quickly. So it's covered up to 40 meters using visual, ultrasonic, audible, and other alarm systems to scare those animals. This is a real footage from England. As you can see, the animal is, okay, forget about it. Since installing the system, we had 0 deer strike, usually more than 30 accidents. More than 18,000 of animals being deterred and saved more than 1,700, which also lead to saving cost and minutes for the train operator companies. We detect wide range of animals for different countries, and we have this new system coming in, which we're gonna have a giant speaker on the front of the train, cover up to 2.3 kilometers to scare all these animals. So in terms of the traction, we have loads of customers in the UK, Japan, Ireland, detecting different animals and scaring them. We work mainly with government. For example, in the UAE, we have problems with camels. In Japan, we have problems with wild boar and black bear. So every country, they have different problems with different animals. We do have competitors in the market, but unfortunately, none of them still available in the market. And when they offer this, it's low battery life. It's very easy for the animal to use to hear the same sounds. So the business model is to sell one-off price for the device, and there will be a subscription model to see all these footages on the cloud. We do work with railway operator company or highways authorities as well to sell this solution. We can create up to 93% profit margin from this system per unit, which including the cost and subscription model. So the team is diverse team. We have people like walking around, biodiversity monitoring, understanding the animal behavior. This is the key in order to scare and deter those animals effectively. Without it, we can't scare those animals. Of course, alongside with AI and other stuff. Thank you very much for listening.
Amazing. Fantastic. Big round of applause. Wonderful stuff. Okay, my goodness. And we have a little an animal here. This is great. Okay, so you scare the animal with the thing. I love it. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. That's the quickest demo ever. But we have questions already from our VVIPs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I'd like to know more a bit about the markets where you already have some traction. Maybe you could explain a bit, I don't know, like in what geographies you are, or to what geographies you are planning to expand your activities to.
Sorry, can you repeat your question? There is echo.
Sorry. Maybe this way. I would like to know about your market traction and where you are planning to expand operations to in the coming future.
So at the moment, we have the biggest traction in Japan and in the UK because we are dealing with a huge population of deer and wild boar. Especially in Japan, black and brown bear is attacking people in Japan. So they needed a system not only to scare those animals, but also to warn the people nearby to avoid coming close to this area. It's due to the lack of food, climate change, unfortunately, and the human conflict. So usually black and brown bear, when they see animal, they run away. But this is like 10 years ago. Now, if they see a human, they don't care. They come and they attack them. They don't eat them, but they attack them. They follow them because they are hungry. They're looking for food. We are looking to expand to the Spanish market because they have big problem with wild boar and dogs. Those dogs is difficult to capture. With this device, it's able to detect it on the edge.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
But do we have one more question? The question is, what does my name mean? Oshin, it means a little deer, believe it or not. Next question, sir.
Congrats for your pitch. Your sensors, you deliver connectivity with the sensors?
Sorry?
The connectivity of the sensors, do you deliver it as a managed services? Or?
You mean for the cloud? We use the cloud to push the video and pictures to cloud, but we don't use it for analysis. As you know, this device will be in the middle of nowhere, forest, desert, in a mountain. So we have designed neural processing unit, NPU, inside this device, is capable to detect animals within 1 second without the need to cloud. We use 4G, we use LoRa communication and satellite in remote area in order to deliver these messages to the customers.
Amazing. Okay, that's all the time for. I'm going to give this little deer, or Oshin in Irish, back to you. Can we have a big round of applause? That was great. Anwar from the Tercam. Excellent.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And as mentioned, I live in El Campo in Spain, and we have javelis and we have deer, and it's a big deal if one of them gets into a swimming pool or something, not ours, but I have heard it happen. A deer would fall in the well. It's bad news. That's such good stuff. That's great. Okay, Simar, hello. Great to see you. We'll catch up later. We are going to move on to our next wonderful picture. We have given our judges nanoseconds to send their thoughts about the Tercam into the cloud, and we are going to move immediately on to our next awesome session. Now, our next picture is from Spain. The company is called Impresora. And will they impress the judges? We have to wait and see. Impresora is a sustainable 3D printed housing and marine structure company, and they deliver it layer by layer. We're about to find out how. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the CEO of Impresora. Give it up for Daniel Denez. Yes. Thank you. Gracias, dude. Thank you.
So first of all, thank you very much for having me here. I'm Daniel. I'm a CEO and co-founder of Impresora. Impresora is focusing for research, development, and manufacturing big-scale 3D printers, and also development of new kind of materials. World is facing generally problem with lack of housing, lack of professionals on the construction field, climate change, and this is what we are trying to solve. Imagine that we can build a house in about 5 days, 120 square meter house with our printer, which is operated only with 3 people on the construction field, and we can use the local source of materials. Our material solutions. This is on this table saying what usually we are using, but just because after the volcanic eruption of La Palma Island, we kick off a project. We took volcanic ashes, we took the waste from banana plantations, we absorbed the fibers from the trunk of the banana plants, and we made up a material, and soon we will kick off the project and building houses and doing the recovery on La Palma Island. Why now? Now is the time to change the industry because the construction is a little bit behind the others, and make it faster, easier, and cheaper. This is our technology, how it works. Mostly made from carbon fiber, so it's very lightweight, can be transported with industrial van, assembled and disassembled with only 2 people, and operated on the construction field with 3 workers. This is the previous version of our printer. This was our previous prototype. This is the latest version. This is step-by-step picture how we approach the best working in the circular economy, so localization of a source of a future material, then making a formula for a local source, then making a premix, connection to the pumping system, and pumping system is connected to the printer. This is our structure, how we operate. So we have a holding company which holds 3 other companies, one for construction, the other one for development of new materials, and the third one for manufacturing the printers. This is what we are looking for, and in the detail where the money goes. Our core team behind us, there are more professional mechatronics, mechanical engineers, and other people. And this is the famous picture from La Palma Island, where we actually start with the idea of circular economy. And I believe this is the option how we can save the planet and be more sustainable and using the local sources, what nature brings. Thank you very much for having me here.
Fantastic, landing the plane with precision right there. But what questions do our judges have? In the front row, we have our Olympic-trained mic athletes who are ready to run and give you. It is possible there's no questions, but just put your hand up if we do already. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Hi, thanks very much. Can you tell us a bit more about the business model and your traction clients?
Okay, so now we finalized the last period, the CE certification for the whole European Union, and the business model would be manufacturing the printers, selling them internationally, lease them, make a schooling for people that are buying it, and the other business model is I will give you an example. There are marble stone quarries in Portugal, and they ask us to come and find a solution to absorb this waste from the mining activities, making a material, going to the giants like Holcim or Votorantim or Sika, and make a deal on material side. So each tonna makes you money. So this is the one part. The other part is using the technology in circular economy plan, looking for developments in the area, and making the advantage from disadvantage, taking local source of materials, using our printers, and doing also business on the side of construction. So that's why we have these different companies. Shortly, briefly.
Great question, great answer. Do we have one more? One more from down there. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Hey.
The question is about the cost. What is the cost of building with this versus building with traditional means? Especially considering the carbon is not a big topic anymore, or unfortunately we are starting to forget about that.
Okay, that's why I want to establish the manufacturing on Canary Islands, because there is a ZEC zone which gives us a huge opportunity go on the market with the best prices, because there are cuts on taxes and income and export tax too. So this would be the best place to operate internationally. This is on the 3D printer side. On the material side, it's, as I said, it depends on the model, location, but also we have now project in Africa, and there are different models how we can operate, and using, for example, plastic, printing from the plastic, and dealing with India, because the plastic granulates or the pellets can be used for textile industry, making revenues on that, not dying in 2-3 years, first years, without any like big revenues from the printing, but having it like source of money constantly. So shortly.
Muy bien. Oh my goodness. Like all best questions, they can be continued backstage. But first, a big round of applause. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Daniel. That was brilliant. Impressora, impressing the judges. That was wonderful. Okay. So this is next level stuff. It's the cutting edge of technology. It's big dreams, big ideas, and big futures. And we are absolutely thrilled now to be welcoming a company from Spain, and it's called Metis AI. Now, Metis AI reads human intent to make autonomous vehicles smarter and mobility safer, which sounds like a very good idea indeed. We are delighted to be joined by the CEO of Metis AI. Please join me in welcoming to the stage. Give it up for Filippo Brunelleschi. Thank you.
Autonomous vehicles don't fail at perception. As a matter of fact, they understand their environment and they react to it, but they fail at predicting humans. Hi everyone, I'm Filippo Brunelleschi, CEO and co-founder of Metis AI. We are a deep tech, multi-patented company that uses AI, computer vision, and machine learning to become the driving school for autonomous vehicles. There are plenty of university papers, McKinsey Big Four studies that indicate that this is the big problem for autonomous vehicles. Even 10 years from now, 70 to 90% of the fleet in the cities will be still driven by humans, meaning that it is a relevant problem and autonomous vehicles cannot understand and predict human intent. We have a system that uses and captures data from real-world environment, converted in a structural layer of human intent, and the output is a readable, machine-ready output for autonomous vehicles. Our system uses computer vision, therefore cameras, but also GPS, OBD data to understand whatever happens outside the vehicle, road traffic sign, maneuvers, braking, and so on. And inside of the vehicle, the biometrics, the feelings, the emotion, gaze recognition, gesture recognition, to understand human intent, whether it is a driving school student that is afraid of runabout or a truck driver that is nervous where he has to drive in heavy rain, we understand human intent. Our whole system is built on privacy, so all is fully compliant with GDPR and ISO regulation. And our unique architecture captures data from all these verticals. The fleet and logistics, insurance, driving school, ride-hailing, car sharing, heavy industry, solving individual problems while at the same time giving us this data. We are already in the market with over 100 driving schools in Spain and a few in Italy and France. We have collected over 500,000 of driving real-world data, and we have a projected revenue of 4.3 million with driving schools and fleet logistics with models as consumption and subscription. These verticals revenue generates revenue and funds the data engine that autonomous vehicles need. While we don't have a direct competitors as covered by our patents, there are players like Mobileye, Drive AI, and Waymo that will inevitably become our customers in the near future. Our winning team has received award from the CES of Las Vegas on innovation and AI, has a broad European background in mobility and deep tech, and more than 80% of the team is fully dedicated to R&D. So we are Metis AI, we are building the predictability engine for autonomous vehicles, and we are hence to become the driving school for autonomous vehicles.
Molto bene. Okay, my friends, sometimes we like to shake things up. We are introducing a wild card. That's right. Only one question from the judges. Starting now. Who's going to have the one question? Yes, good job.
Thank you for the pitch. Very interesting. Can you talk a little bit more about, you talked about autonomous vehicle companies being a future client. What needs to be true for that to happen, actually?
So imagine Waymo. They have autonomous vehicles going around a few cities at the moment. They don't have global coverage, and they don't have anyone behind the wheel. So they see and scan the environment, they react to it, but they don't understand the human behavior. They don't have anyone behind the wheel. With our system, we will be able to give them this architecture and data set for them to understand. So imagine you are in Berlin, you have a driving school, you are an autonomous vehicle, you have a driving school car, Amazon delivery truck, and a truck driver around you. With our data set, you will be able to read and predict in a horizon of 30 seconds within the future what these humans may do.
My goodness, one question, it was a good one, and you made the answer count. A big round of applause. Filippo Brunelleschi. Molto bene, we are going to move immediately on because we are running a tight ship here. Our next company is from beautiful Bolivia, but our next picture is from Peru. So Mobi delivers all-inclusive electric motorcycle subscriptions to last-mile riders in Latin America, cutting operating costs by 40%, 40, that's right. We are delighted to be joined by the CMO of Mobi, and she is a member of the founding team. Give it up for Claudia Requejo!
Well, fuel prices have skyrocketed across Latin America. So Rafael, it's a delivery rider working 12 hours a day in Peru with a combustion motorcycle, and the high fuel prices cost him income. So, and now he is losing 50% of his total earnings. Only if he changed of an e-motorcycle could fix that, but it cost him 60% of annual interest as acquiring financement as a foreign citizen. And a conventional batteries took over 4 hours to charge and give him only 60 kilometers of range. So he's stuck because fuel takes earnings and conventional batteries doesn't work for him. And delivery platforms lose 45 of their delivery riders every month. So there's a huge gap between the demand of delivery riders and the availability of this, and that's where Mobi steps in. We'll build a solution combining e-motorbikes, battery swapping, and financial solution just in one month, in one subscription. And we are introducing to Rafael to join to Rappi or delivery platform and download our app, sign up, and then pick up here a motorcycle just paying $45 per week and deducted directly from his delivery earnings. So now he forgets about maintenance, insurance, and for fuel because he has fully access to our battery swap system, and he is earning $30 opposite of 14 before Mobi, and we are earning $80 of gross margin per active rider subscription. And this is an interesting market. Only in Latin America, there's only 2 million riders making a $4.3 billion of opportunity. And we started in Bolivia, then we go to Paraguay and Peru last year. And we have a big deal with Rappi, a key partnership. We have 700,000 riders, equal to $1.5 billion of revenue, and now we have 50% of the dark stuff with our system. So this is not only selling motorbikes, we are changing and giving a totally different experience to the riders. That's why we have 100% of retention of the riders and giving 2.5 more opportunities for delivery platforms. So Rappi asked us to make 18 more open stations, a combining opportunity for riders, the planet, and platforms. And this is a team, 8 years working in software and hardware solution. We're raising $3 million in debt and equity for change the life of 1.5.
I'm so sorry. I don't like chasing people over the stage. Can we have a big round of applause? That was fantastic. You did so well. Oh my goodness. Muy bien, Claudia. It's not easy. Those 3 minutes, they go like that. And Claudia actually had 30 slides, and she did brilliantly. So listen, kudos. That was great. And what a great pitch. Now, the wild card is still there. It's invisible, but it's still there. So we have one question. Who's going to jump in? Yes.
Hello, Claudia.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you. Yeah.
Hello. Thank you so much. Great pitch. Could you please talk a little bit more how you reach with Rafael? How is your business model?
Okay, so we have a B2B2C model. We have partnership with delivery platforms. So through the delivery platforms, we get to Rafael, riders that are driving bicycles or combustion motorcycles, or actually they lost their job because they don't have the vehicle. So we just go with them and give it to them to try in a week for 150 soles, that is $45 US. And then he changed the mind. Now we have 400 riders in a waiting list just to give it to them this opportunity to reduce the cost and increase their income.
That was great. That was like an extra part of the pitch. I love it. Thank you so much for the question. Can we have a big round of applause for Claudia Requejo from Mobi? Muchísimas gracias. Well done. Muy bien. A million years ago, I used to be in the corporate world. I did a bit of this. I remember trying to pitch stuff, and my goodness, the clock moves quickly. It's so difficult to get everything in time. So what you're seeing here on this stage is the best of the very, very best. Speaking of which, we are going to move on to our next startup. They are from Bella Italia, and the company name is Explora. From blind spot to managed asset. This is the AI platform that turns subsurface risk into actionable intelligence. We're talking about UXO, utilities, and archaeology. My dear friends, please join me in welcoming the CFO from Explora. Give it up for Erik Larsson. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Erik. I'm the CFO and co-founder at Explora. So we do AI-powered underground risk intelligence. So, as you may understood, we work in the underground, and the underground is a blind spot because we simply don't know what's below our feet. And because we use outdated methodologies to analyze data, we don't have a priori data, so we don't own data, and actually, the interpretation of those data are subjected to an interpretation, human interpretation, both in the civilian side and in the defense side. What if we could have a giant CT scan of the underground? That's too expensive. But we create it with AI and machine learning. So we gather data and information from off-the-shelf best commercial sensors, we put it in our AI, and we deliver output to our customers. So we turn invisible risk into actionable data. We digitalize almost everything that is in the underground. We can do output in 2D, 3D, and GIS file without human in the loop, so fully automated, and with a centimetry accuracy. What we can see and classify, we can see underground infrastructure, data and power grids, unexploded ordnance that we are full of in Europe and abroad, and archaeological findings. That's the advantage that we give to our customers, so in the EPC and real estate or oil and gas. We, if you see the traditional methodology, can take up to 3 or 4 days to analyze just 1 hectare. We can take less than 5 hours, we reduce the false positive, and we increase the margins of our customers. Everything that you just heard, we can do it in the defense sector. We are a dual-use company. So we detect threats in real time, so situational awareness on the field for our soldiers. We are material agnostic, and we can cover up to 3 hectares in 1 hour. How do we make money? We sell in the civilian side, we sell for direct and full service. So we gather information for big utilities or EPC contractor. Then we deliver data, or we can sell everything as a SaaS, software as a service. In the defense side, we sell direct product, drones, and payload for the military usage. So we were born in 2024. It was a great year. We made our first million. Last year, we closed in 2025 at 1.4 million, and we are on the way to close the year before the end of the year, 3.8 million. We stand out because we are AI native. We do real-time assessment and analysis. And as I told you before, we are AI native in real time. So the team is composed, the founding team is composed by 3 co-founders. Marco is a PhD in mechanical engineer. I come from the venture capital world, and Giancarlo is a senior geophysician. So we are going to enter a 350 billion market, and that's why we are raising a 6 million round. That currently we just raised, so big round of applause for us. Thank you.
Fantastic, beautifully done there,
Erik.
Grazie mille. Okay,
Grazie.
but listen, do we have one magical? Yes, we do indeed. Well claimed. My goodness, very fast.
Thank you so much. I think it was a very clear presentation. I would like to know a bit more about your use cases or more in detail pilots or traction you have already generated in the field of infrastructures.
Yeah, we mainly will work with utilities. So one of our main customers is Italgas. It's the largest gas network in Europe. They needed to digitize all the network that they had because it was difficult, starting from ancient old maps to find the position of their maps. So that's what we are doing with Italgas, A2A in Italy, Iren, Ireti, and we are now moving in Iraq, for example. We just closed a 2 million contract in Iraq.
Amazing, what a great answer. Opening up the door for more questions and more connections. Speaking of which, please give it up for Erik Larsson and Explora. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Molto bene, all right. A little reminder, my friends, we are about what's happening here. We're also about all of your friends and family. Let's make them jealous. Share the love, share the selfies, use the hashtag SouthSummit26, and let's make everyone outside wish they were here today. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to move on to our next wonderful picture. They are Xeon. They are from Spain, and Xeon Helmets developed the first motorcycle helmet with integrated air filtration technology, combining health, safety, and smart features for riders. And we actually have a prop, my friends. It's not every day you get a prop on the stage, but this is a special pitch. So, my dear friends, we are delighted to be joined by the CEO of Xeon. Give it up for Tanguy Uzel. Thank you.
Hi everyone, before starting, let me ask you one simple thing. Can you all please breathe in, breathe out. Right now you may haven't noticed, but you just breathe a lot of air pollution. And guess what? Air pollution is the second cause of death worldwide. But do you know who is the most exposed? Actually, it's me, there, the motorcyclist. I'm behind trucks, cars, on the highway, tunnels, breathing a very, very, very unhealthy air. Let's have a look at stats. Air pollution, it's killing 8 million people per year. And we motorcyclists, we are 100 times more exposed than car drivers. On the top of that, Argent seasons are getting worse and worse every year due to climate change. I am Tanguy, the founder of Zion, and this is the world's first helmet that filters out air pollution and allergens. How? Thanks to the Breath Safe system. It's a patented filtration device that protects against air pollution and allergens. But there is more. Our helmet is also safer. It is equipped by an active rear light that increases visibility to other road users. Let's go back to the patent. Our patent Breath Safe system is equipped by filters with 4 layers that protects against any kind of pollutants, fine particles, toxic gases, and allergens. Filters are replaceable in order to ensure an optimal filtration over time. I told 2 innovations, but there is 3. Our helmet is also smart. The chip and app detect crashes and call emergency if needed. This is a whole new standard in terms of safety. Let's talk about market. Innovation enters through premium product. In this case, it's a $1 billion market, but the opportunity is over there in Asia. The need is urgent. Everybody is commuting with motorcycles, and everybody is wearing face masks. That's where we want to scale, in a $4 billion market. Regarding your business plan, we have 3 business lines. B2C, selling helmets. B2C, selling filters with subscription. And last but not least, B2B, we are also licensing our patent to other helmet brands. And that's how we want to scale in Asia with low-cost industry. The key of Zion is our team. We are 2 complementary co-founders leading the Zion double mission, innovate in product and in marketing. Our team has extended experience in industries like MotoGP, Formula 1, KTM motorcycles, but we have also a strong advisory board, including people like the chairman of Yamaha Motorcycle or Shark Helmets. In only 3 years, we have been able to reach more than 6,000 helmet reservations, a global patent, and more than 2 million euros in funding. We have also signed an agreement with one of the largest helmet brands worldwide with B2B licensing. Cars have protected drivers over more than 2 decades. Now is it time for motorcyclists to be protected. Make your move. Right on with Zion. Thank you.
Très bien, Tanguy. Wow, amazing stuff. Life moves faster, Zion moves faster. Do we have a question from our fast-thinking, fast-moving audience? Judges, yes, we do. A young lady at the front. If we could get the microphone there? Yes, yes. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. Was it there? Oh, sorry. This is me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your pitch. Really interesting innovation device there. I have a couple questions. One of them, you are talking about the impact, well, not the impact, but you are talking about the pollution there, the motorcycles and everything, but you have really the impact in the people that is driving these motorcycles or riding every day. And another one is, for sure, in terms of safety, very really complex to get all these approvals, to get this European certification and things like that. Could you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, of course. So the main pain point of this industry is that motorcycles are dangerous and uncomfortable because you are cold, you are exposed to a lot of things. So that's where we want to have really an impact. On the safety, we want to increase the safety of the helmet. Helmet has remained the same thing over 20 years. And then we integrate this new vertical that it's air pollution, and where people is suffering from air pollution, but it's an invisible killer. Like people knows it, but don't know really what's the impact on the helmet. So we are trying to educate also the market with some data and results on our filtration device.
All right, and we have, our judges have said there's going to be one more bonus question, because I missed, no, that gentleman there, I beg your pardon, and that's...
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Make it a quick one. Thank you so much. It's brilliant.
Could you monetize the data gathering for air quality for cities, for example?
So, okay,
could you monetize the data gathering?
Monetizing
the air
data?
quality indicators for cities?
Of course, that's why also it's also smart. The goal is also to monitorize some data and give some data also on all the trajects, and also like to indicate the user when he has to change the filter in function of the pollution that he has been exposed.
Amazing stuff. My goodness, great questions. We have no further questions, Your Honor, but all that remains is to say a big round of applause for Tanguy from Xeon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. That was great. Listen, I used to be a cyclist. I lived in London for 10 years, and I used to cycle everywhere. And one day I started, this is too much information, but we have a moment. I started coughing up this stuff, and it was green, it was disgusting. I was really, really ill. I went to the doctor, and they said, "Man, are you a heavy smoker?" And I said, "No, I don't smoke." And I said, "Oh, you're a cyclist. You should wear a mask." So honestly, I've been there. Inhaling car exhaust is better now than it was, but it is a very big issue, and it's great to see Xeon actually fixing that. That's wonderful. So kudos to there. Okay, we have reached the last startup. I can't believe it. Time flies when you're having fun. Time flies even faster on the next big thing stage at South Summit. So my dear friends, we're welcoming our grand finale. They are joining us from beautiful El Salvador. The company is called Boxful, and they are the e-commerce infrastructure for LATAM SMBs, enabling ultra-fast fulfillment, multi-carrier shipping, and payments. Cha-ching! We are delighted to be joined by the CEO and co-founder of Boxful. Please give it up. It's the last one, so make it a big round of applause. Welcome to the stage, Salvador Ramirez.
At Boxful, our vision is to make e-commerce simple and accessible for everyone. Just 4 days ago, we crossed 10 million in ARR in small markets only. We launched in 2023 in El Salvador, then expanded to Honduras, Guatemala, Costa Rica, and Nicaragua, and our best-selling service is a small smart shipping platform. The founding team is amazing. I am a third-time founder with experience of over 10 years in developing startups. I bootstrapped a delivery app in 2013, a drone spraying company in 2018, and now I am fully focused on Boxful. My co-founder, Roger Cibrian, has over 27 years of experience in logistics, and Juan Carlos and Jaime are both entrepreneurs and software engineers. Now the team is composed of more than 100 people. 80% of the population doesn't buy like you and me through Amazon or Mercado Libre. They buy through conversational commerce because e-commerce in emerging markets is really fragmented. They don't have logistic options, inconsistent payments, mainly cash, and there are no tools for scalability. That's why we created Boxful, an ecosystem of solutions where we offer a multi-carrier shipping platform where we resell at low-cost shipping labels, a ultra-fast fulfillment where we enable same-day deliveries in the capital and in 24 hours nationwide, and the first smart locker network in the region. The industry in emerging markets is like this. 90% of the e-commerce is done through conversational apps, no Mercado Libre or Amazon. 80% of the payments are done through cash in a service called Cash on Delivery or Cobro Contra Entrega, and there are over 800,000 online sellers in Central America and the Caribbean alone. The opportunity is huge. Just in Central America and the Caribbean, the e-commerce market is valued at 22.5 billion. With 60 million population, it's a huge market that nobody is addressing. And the same trends replicate across every emerging market, like the rest of LATAM. Actually, we're launching in Mexico this year. the MENA region, and Southeast Asia. We don't have competitors in Central America. That has allowed us to expand rapidly across the region. And our traction speaks for itself. We have been growing steadily 15% month over month. We hit 10 million in ARR, and our gross margin is very healthy for a logistic company at 34%. Last year, we hit 8 million in ARR. We are projecting 25 million by the end of this year. We have raised 3.5 million from Central American investors, Mexican and Colombian, and some global investors. And some of our advisors are co-founders of Rappi and executives from Mercado Libre. Thank you very much.
Muy bien, Salvador. He landed that with split-second accuracy.
Right on time.
That was so pro. That was just exactly on zero. So we have time for one question, the last question of the entire round, the entire category. Who wants to have that one question? I know, all the judges are being really nice to each other. They're like, no, I'll let you have the questions. Okay, who's going to step in? Yes, good man.
Hello. Thank you very much for the presentation. It was very good. What about the mature markets?
Sorry, come again?
What about mature markets? I mean, you want to go to emerging markets, but what about Spain? What about Europe?
We are not necessarily addressing Europe right now because we have seen that we thrive where there is no great infrastructure. For example, our home market is El Salvador, which is a little, if I can say, a little bit more developed than Honduras. When we launched Honduras, Honduras became our biggest market. We thrive in these emerging markets. So, because we specialize in conversational commerce, that is not that big in Europe. So, probably after we develop different verticals, we will land Europe.